Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
The biggest names in music.
Oh, wow.
Big names, big songs, big guests, big prizes.
Well, it's a big show. Okay.
The Big Show.
Put your hands together for the one and only
Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean.
That's what I'm talking about.
1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome into The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's a lovely Wednesday morning, and every Wednesday we have a special guest on the show. And to kick things off this morning, we have a good friend of 1FM 91.3, the CEO of Food from the Heart, once again, Miss Sim B here. Welcome back to the show, Miss Sim.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
How have
Thank you for
been?
having me. Well, it's been hectic. Every time there's a change in the rule, we have to respond and react to that. So just keeping operations going is already quite a challenge, and getting the volunteers and the staff, keeping them safe. Yeah,
Right.
so that's the priority.
Okay. Now, of course, I mean, the latest campaign is the Clean Plate fundraiser that you guys did. I mean, that closed on the 31st of October, I believe.
Yes.
Here's the question. Did you guys meet your target?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Thanks
yay!
to the
Awesome.
general
Well
public
done.
and students, we actually crossed 15,000. We were at 16,345 pledges yesterday.
Oh, beautiful.
wow.
That's really nice. Okay. Can you, I mean, for the benefit of someone who's listening in who may not know about Food from the Heart, can you tell us a little bit more about the organization, please?
Well, Food from the Heart is a food charity. We are one of the biggest charity for dry rations. So we started in 2003, so 18 years old this year. And we started off just collecting surplus unsold bread and redistributing that out. That was an initiative by the founders. And today we are packing more than 10,000 bags a month. About 150,000 food items will pass through our hands every month to the needy. So we provide food support in a consistent and sustainable manner. That's what differentiates us.
Right.
Wow.
So how can members of the public help you guys more?
Well, they can donate funds for us to buy food.
Okay.
They can also donate food items. They can drop that off at the warehouse where we are at 130 Joo Seng Road, or they can drop the food off at the two community shops, one at Mountbatten, one at Boon Lay. Or they can just, help us to share the message, follow us, and just get the voice of the beneficiaries out to the general public.
I want to talk a little bit about those food shops. We spoke about it the last time you were on, and I thought it was such a unique idea. New listeners to us who don't know how they work, can you tell us about those shops?
The community shop works this way. It's a spin-off from a community food pack. So instead of us packing all the food items into one pack for a household, the household has a choice of 12 items throughout the whole month during opening hours. They just need to go into the shop with the beneficiary card and choose what they need, take what they need in terms of the type of food, the brand of the food, the size of the food. So what is really important here is the dignity of choice. They get to choose what they want, and in a way you actually minimize food waste, because sometimes giving might land up, wasting food as well. So it is about a conscious effort to really be beneficiary centric, coming from their perspective. And it has shown that it succeeded. So Mountbatten, community shop at Mountbatten caters to about 180 households. The one at Boon Lay is now catering to more than 500 households.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay.
Fabulous.
Speaking of giving, are there any items that you need, and then are there any items that people are giving that you actually don't need, that they shouldn't be giving?
I think over the last 3 years, we have ran a Donate Right campaign, and we have also published our wish list because I think in the past we used to get very near expired food, which the turnaround time wasn't enough for us to give it to the beneficiaries. And nowadays we are getting very good quality food. We do have, we must thank our donors and sponsors. they are ordering from Shopee, from some of the e-commerce platforms, RedMart, FairPrice, and it's delivered direct to our warehouse. So the quality of food is exactly what you and I would be buying.
Right.
Okay.
And therefore that has actually given us a lot more leeway in terms of giving better. So donating right is the first step, so that we can give better and the beneficiaries can actually benefit from the food support that we give out.
Yeah, I didn't
That's a
think
great
about that.
idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, just ordering straight off Redmart or Shopee or Lazada and then sending
convenient.
straight off.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And I think COVID has helped to accelerate that process.
Yeah.
So it's something that we have learned along the way. That e-commerce platforms, convenience, you can donate right from your home on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Do some good instead of social media. Sometimes we hear a lot of negative stuff. So that's a ray of sunshine. That people are using such platforms to actually do good.
Yeah, whatever it takes, to get people to donate. And for many people, convenience is so important.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you're mentioning, we can order through Shopee and Redmart
Yes.
and what have you, and send it to any one of those two addresses, right? Juicing or Mountbatten, right?
For bulk delivery, it's better to go to 130 Juicing Road.
Okay.
0301. That is our warehouse address, because the shops are not open every day.
I see.
And we have a food drop there, so individuals who go in, they can drop the food. But a food drop is just that size.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
so it's a bit not so convenient. But for those who stay near the vicinity, they can always drop by and just drop the food into the food drop.
And if someone were ordering online, say from Redmart or something, is there a time that's best to be delivered to Juseng?
Yes, during our working hours, so
Okay.
9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
So we will receive the goods, and it goes into the entire food inventory for us to consider, and get it checked, sorted, and packed. So even despite the food coming in from such sources, our volunteers will still check every food item, and we get that all keyed in with a little device. No more paper and pencil. So if we have digitalized, so it's just a device that will just scan the food item, and it goes into our host database, and we know exactly what amount of food we have, what we're short of. So sometimes if we're short of protein, like for example, canned tuna, sardines, we'll call out for canned tuna, sardines, salmon.
Right,
shrimp meat.
okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Amazing.
Okay. We are speaking
Really well
to
done.
the CEO of Food from the Heart, Miss Simbi here. You see, I asked Sean to find a song that represents Food from the Heart, that has words from Food from the Heart. He chose Hungry Heart by Bruce Springsteen. So anyway, here it is on 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. We welcome once again the CEO of Food from the Heart, Miss Simbi here to the show.
Enjoy.
Well, he was just following your instructions.
Yes.
Hungry heart. Okay, so this Clean Plate campaign, I was involved with it last year. I remember doing something on social media for it. This is your second year doing it?
No, this is we have done this for many years.
Oh, many
but
years
it's always
already.
been in the schools.
Okay.
So the schools will do clean plates. So basically, we have ambassadors going in doing assembly talk, and then the children during canteen time, we actually have our volunteers standing there just counting clean plates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before COVID, that was the model. So last year, everything moved online. So even the schools, we gave them resources. The teachers conducted the sessions instead of us. We had more leeway of how long they run the sessions. So last year, we counted from 52 schools and 14 preschools, 146,000 clean plates.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
but
really,
this
really
year, some of the schools are still keen submitting, but we should clear 85,000 clean plates. But because there was the stabilization period, there was
Yes.
a period where the schools were all not, so that has affected the number of plates.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
But it's a great food awareness campaign. I mean, to make
Yes.
sure that everyone doesn't, it only takes what they need.
Yes, yes. And they
Yeah,
also
because food
drive-
wastage is so big. It's such a
Yes.
big problem.
Not a
And-
problem
and-
with us though, FD.
Always.
We never let food go to waste.
Me
Sometimes
too, me
true.
too,
Yeah.
me too. So you see, I'm that round.
not as round as me.
So, I just want to ask you a question. How does the Clean Plate campaign actually help to feed the needy?
Okay, we started collecting surplus bread. So it's the bread going to the beneficiary. So it's in its raw form, right? But
Okay.
Clean Plate campaign is something where we advocate people minimizing waste. Food is precious. There's someone else hungry out there. And this year, we managed to actually secure two big sponsors to put the program together. So by pledging and committing to Clean Plate, you're actually helping us to raise funds, and money makes the world go round, and money helps to feed
Okay,
the
all right.
needy. So it connecting the two together can be in this raw form. So our marketplace program, our bread program, but in this case, Clean Plate was to raise funds for us to feed the needy and to create that awareness that food is really precious. While you're having food, someone else is worrying about their next meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Miss Sim, early on you were mentioning that people can donate funds also, right? I wanted to
Yes.
ask you, like, where do they go to donate these funds? How can they do it?
They can go to our website.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Food from the Heart's website directly, and they can just donate, or they can go to giving.sg, where we have a few of our campaigns there. So yeah, it's actually a very wide choice.
Okay.
It's just one click of the button.
Okay. What is I mean, as a foundation, what do you appreciate more, the actual goods or the money?
I think for a food charity like us, I think firstly the awareness. I think that's the first part of it. Then funds, of course, because we need to keep operations going. So donations, you can designate it to just buy food, or you can just put it as general, where we can turn your $1 to $10. Because that $1 can be used to create awareness, and more people donate. So there is a value add to your $1. If you designate $1 to buy food, we basically just buy $1 worth of food, right? And of course, I think the sharing. I think getting more people to share the cost, understand where we're coming from, understand how it works, understand how to give responsibly. I think those are very important part of our work that we do.
Okay, fantastic.
That's awesome.
A lot of people think that feeding the needy is a way to reduce food waste. What are your thoughts on that?
No, when I first joined, I think 3-4 years ago, I think it has always been, when you have excess food,
Yes.
that you're going to bin it. Don't waste it. Feed the needy.
Yeah.
We don't adhere to that. We feel
Okay.
that is really pushing them further down. You are actually accelerating and making that disparity even bigger. So what you don't eat, why do you expect the needy to eat it?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Very true.
It's not scraps, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Shouldn't
yes.
be considered
So
that,
so
yeah.
like bread is what, if I buy bread today, tonight, I will use it for breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
So so we take what we do as a yardstick, and not that the beneficiaries have a different yardstick. So I always talk about calendar as well. Everybody some donors seems to think that beneficiaries have a different calendar. Their Chinese New Year is after Chinese New Year. Their
Oh.
Mooncake Festival is after Mooncake Festival.
Right, yeah.
Because they only donate after that. But why can't you, when you're marking the festivities, you must remember it's the same calendar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
yeah.
you eat and what they eat are the same.
Yeah.
And if we want to choose what you want to buy from a supermarket, why do we think that beneficiaries cannot choose? Why, sometimes when they choose and people involved in distributing the last mile, they feel that, hey, why are they so choosy? But why can't they choose?
Yeah.
They would have seen better days, right? So they would have built up their palate, their habits, their taste.
Of course, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we do know that Ayam brand tuna, Ayam brand sardine is a favorite.
Oh, okay.
Milo is a favorite. So from the shop, right, what they choose is all digitalized. We know exactly what they've taken. So we know that Milo is very popular. And in terms of sardines, the different types of sardines, right? Ayam is still a favorite brand because it's a common brand. And then if you have peanut butter jam with a blue cap, they may not take it. But if it's a blue cap peanut butter jam with Skippy on it, they will take that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
So brand conscious as
cool.
well.
Yes. Because I think we must understand if I 70 this year, but when they're in their prime, they would have had good days.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we mustn't forget that part of it and not just look at them in isolation today.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's what the shop does. So I think that has been a very good initiative, and we have seen very positive responses from our beneficiaries and from donors as well. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of having good days and who are these beneficiaries? Can you describe a typical beneficiary and who qualifies as a beneficiary?
We have a very simple rule. Our beneficiaries per capita income per month, $690. We didn't plug the number from the air. As a food charity, we don't have the means to do mean testing, check on people's income and all that. So we actually took this number from MOE, financial assistance students. They qualify using this number. So if tomorrow MOE were to raise this to 750, we would follow, because that would be a substantiated base, right? So our beneficiaries primarily elderly, staying alone, elderly with siblings, husband and wife, no family or little family support, families, young families. So our school goodie bag program, primarily young families who are on financial assistance schools, that we partner the schools. For community food pack, we partner agencies at the constituencies, family service centers, senior activity centers, grassroots organizations, NTUC health, health organizations. So that's the group. So today we are feeding more than 10,000 families every month, and that's a huge numbers.
Yeah.
It's a dilemma. It's like in a business, right? When you do more, you sort of celebrate. But when we cross 10,000, we also pause and ask ourselves, there's so many families out there, and we are only the tip of the iceberg. So we hope that listeners would also be aware that the person staying next to you may also be struggling, but you may not be aware. So I came across a case last year, COVID, a young couple, they just got their flat, so they pumped in the money to decorate, because it's a home, it's a future home, right? They used up their savings, and the gentleman lost a job when COVID came. The wife had the hours cut down, so there was a drop in income, but they have used up their savings. So today, if you deliver a food pack to their house, you may think, are you sure they need the food pack?
Because it's a beautifully decorated
Yes.
house.
Okay, hold on. We're going to go for a traffic break and then we'll come back.
OneFM 91.3 traffic.
Let's take a look at it. Usual delays across the expressways. We do know that. The CTE towards the AYE, an accident after Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1 exit, avoid lane 1. Please stay within the speed limit. Make sure you have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the show. It's The Big Show with Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean. And our guest for this morning is Miss Simbi here, CEO of Food from the Heart. And Angel just asked Miss Sim a very good question. Who are the beneficiaries?
Our beneficiaries are per capita income every month below $690. This is not a number that we pluck from the air. It follows the financial assistance students. That is the bar set, the base set, and for us to use that is the most logical decision. So we have young families struggling. We also have elderly staying alone, or a pair of elderly siblings or a couple with little or no family support. So that's the primary people we serve. We also work with homes. We have about 100 over welfare homes with us, halfway houses, and those may be receiving our bread that we collect under the bread run program, or they may be receiving our canned items, dry ration items, packaging damaged items that we collect from Fair Price. So we work with Fair Price on this. So we collect from 100 over outlets, and these food items are checked, sorted, and then it goes out to the homes that we support as well. So last year, we were feeding 53,000 over people, and we distributed actually $6.53 million worth of food last year.
Oh, wow.
Wow, fantastic. Well done. Have you seen an increase in beneficiaries during the pandemic?
Yes. We closed 2019 packing about 6,000 over bags under the Community Food Pack and School Goodie Bag program. But as of July this year, we already packing 10,150 bags.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Half a year. And it was
Such
almost
a big
1 year.
jump.
about 2 years. So yes,
Wow.
it has climbed up. It is continuing to climb up, and we expect those numbers to go up again.
So is there a typical sort of type of beneficiary? You know, I mean, we see the ones say living on their own, like you say, the older people or the lower income families. Is there a typical type of family that you can tell straight away needs help?
I think it's quite difficult, really, if the person doesn't share. So a typical family would be probably those staying in the rental flats. They would qualify for food support. And food support, I mean, I do get asked, are you sure there's hungry people in Singapore? You walk downstairs, there's chicken rice, $3, right? There's hawker center. And in affluent Singapore, are you sure there's poor people that cannot afford food? But I think a food pack a month helps to defray the costs, and that, $40, $50, they can go and use it to pay their SCC charges, their rental, their utilities. So I think we mustn't use the same yardstick. The poor in Singapore is not like someone in other countries, but we must always remember that there's always that bottom 5% who would require help from the community to get them out of the cycle. And food insecurity really sometimes is transient. Like, in circuit breaker last year, we do get cases, but after a few months, they're off the cycle. They found a job in another sector and they move on. Then you have sort of the chronic insecure, the elderly, sad to say, they will probably leave the cycle when they pass on. And then you have the generational food insecure. So the parents aren't doing well, the children are suffering, and they will break the cycle when the children finishes their education, right? But sometimes, quite sad to say, sometimes we know that they won't break in the second generation. They may break the cycle only in the third generation. So it's always a work in progress.
Wow.
Yeah.
Once again, we are speaking to Miss Simbi here, CEO of Food from the Heart. We continue to talk to her live on The Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's Dionne Warwick, Heartbreaker on 1FM 91.3.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are amazing, like you and your
Yeah.
team.
You are,
Miss
yeah.
Sim. I mean, I think you guys are so creative in coming up with different ways to help
Campaigns
different
and
groups
all
of
that.
people as well. Yeah.
So I have a question. I mean, I know you mentioned people, you won't know someone needs help until they actually reach out, right?
Yes.
Can they reach out directly to you if they don't fall under any of the other sort of communities or
Yes.
programs? They can. How do they do that?
Actually, since last year circuit breaker, since last year February, actually, we have been receiving direct applications through our Facebook, calls, emails. The profile of the needy now is not like the past.
Yeah.
Illiterate, no access. And I think in 3 years' time, you'll probably get beneficiaries on a smartphone, right?
Yeah.
Some of them may already be on a smartphone and be on social media as well. So they can reach out to us. So what we do is that we will do an interview. We will actually clear 4 months of food support first, and then we see where they're located. We try to match them to our local partners. And we actually work with MSF on some of the cases to close the loop as well. So it's a complex network. We are not alone. So like if someone writes in and they say, I don't cook, I want meals, which we don't do, we will refer to Willing Hearts. So,
okay.
So when Willing Hearts get a case that say wants food ration, they will direct them to us. So it's a mutual thing. There's a mutual support system out there.
What do you mean by local partners? You said you will refer them to local partners.
The FSC, the Family Service Center, Senior
Oh,
Active
right
Centers.
nearby.
Right.
So, for example, if we get a case that write into us from Marsiling, we have 5 points there. So, depending on the address, we'll refer back to the 5 points because the local partner are the ones who can give them holistic help. Because food is only one of the, problem, and it's not something that we can solve the entire slew of problems. Right.
Okay.
So for that, local partner comes in, they are nearer to them. They can look out for them in a more holistic manner.
Okay. Fantastic.
Now, Miss Sim, people can continue to pledge. I mean, although the Clean Plate campaign, is kind of over, funds will no longer be raised, but individuals can still continue to pledge, right?
Yes, they can. They can. We have actually started the microsite to just keep the message ongoing. We do not want to just like come in for a campaign and break. We hope people can continue to be aware.
Yeah.
And, they can always run their own campaigns on their own.
Okay.
Okay,
And this campaign is continuing to run in schools.
Yes, the schools will end their school term. So some of the schools have not ended. That's why we don't have a final count of the clean plate. So we expect to clear 85,000 clean plate. And for every clean plate, actually, we got a sponsor to commit to $1 per clean plate.
Oh,
so
nice.
actually, the children's gesture is actually helping us to raise funds.
Right.
So NTUC Fair Price Foundation helps us. They pledge 75,000 for the pledges on the net. And then the school's clean plates, each plate, because it's a one-time thing, right? So it's $1 and not a pledge.
Right, yeah.
So it's $1. That comes from another sponsor, ICAP. And that would raise $50,000.
That's amazing, and you're teaching kids not to waste food as well. So they're
Yeah.
starting at a young age, which is great.
Yeah. And the tie-up with NTUC Fair Price is great as well. I'm sure you're working with Mr. Sia Kemping.
Yes.
Sia Kemping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning,
He's,
Mr. Sia, if you're tuned in.
Morning.
And he's actually also helping us with the golf. Fair Price Foundation has also come in through the golf to also help us to raise funds.
Yeah, that was the last time. Last time I played golf with Mr. Sia was at the Food from the Heart golf event. Well done, well done. Anyway, for the Clean Plate campaign, it is cleanplatecampaign.sg, folks. Once again, cleanplatecampaign.sg. It's been a pleasure speaking to you once again, Miss Sim.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We
Thank
love
you very
Keep your
much.
plates clean.
Always. The boys have no problem.
We will. We love having you on the show, and we wish you and your team all the very best. Anytime you want to be on the show, just give us a call.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Sim.
Take
Have
care.
a great day.
Have a safe day.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, that was Miss Sim B here, CEO of Food from the Heart. They're doing fantastic work. Huh?
They are.
They
And
do.
Chef Kirk, you can come out of hiding now.
Oh, next
There you
guest.
are. He's like sneakily watching us with his
The
camera
chef
off.
came in and went like, "Oops, I'm a little bit early." In the middle of the interview.
That's okay, we can start
So
now.
up next we have Chef Kirk Westaway, executive chef of Jean. Of course, we're going to introduce you once again when we're
on air, 3
On
minutes.
air.
on the radio.
3 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But now on
minutes
Facebook, we
from
can
now.
see your wonderful view.
Yeah.
Oh yes, show us around the restaurant.
Because we're on
Show you
Facebook
around.
now.
There we go.
And we're strictly on Facebook right now.
Look
Yeah.
at that, folks!
Look at that view.
Oh, this is my window. No, I don't have a window here.
That's $1 million view. We need to download that. Look,
I've got a window
there
in
as
my
well.
house, but don't look at the view. Don't look nothing
Chua
like
Chu Kang, you
that.
see nothing. Wild boar running across the street. Only.
Exactly.
So rude you are, Sean.
Sorry.
The office window.
The
Office window.
Wow.
So
that's
Jean,
so cool.
Jean is on level what? I forget now.
70.
Yeah. Okay.
Level 70. Okay. And it
Level
used to be just called Jean. I mean, we'll talk about this again on air, but recently it got changed to Jean by Kirk Westaway. I mean, how did you feel when that decision was made?
Well, I encourage the decision. It was good. It was a few years ago now.
It was, yeah.
So, wonderful achievement. Like I said, I encouraged it. I wanted to make it happen, to really be a testament to me being here and giving it 110% and just really promoting myself. And
The internet on the 70th floor.
Good.
Yeah. I don't think your internet can go
the
that
brand.
high.
You were cutting up a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better now.
And there you go.
Oops.
No.
Okay.
No.
Maybe take the
Okay,
lift
this is a good time
downstairs.
to do it.
Yeah, it's
you do
okay.
it from downstairs.
You got a minute and a half, no worries.
You're a bit patchy.
Just a wee bit patchy.
Link onto my phone.
Yeah, if you use a
Yeah,
hotspot,
Yeah, that
that
would be a good
better.
idea.
See, folks, this is what we have to go through. Wi-Fi. Everything just 5G now.
Are you on your phone now? Not yet.
No, I think he's still linking it.
Yeah, I wonder whether 5G will be better.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I know it's
Well, I would
supposed to
hope
be,
so.
right? It's
I don't
always
know lah.
supposed to be, right?
Supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Still,
Okay, now on.
Now you're on.
okay, slowly
yeah.
getting there.
I think it's yeah.
Okay, now on the phone.
Now on the phone.
It's going
Or worse.
to. Yeah.
That's better.
No, it's better. I think yeah. No, I think it's good now. Okay, now it's
Yeah,
sort
that's
of
better.
loaded
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. 1 minute.
One
So-
minute. Okay.
So we'll do
So-
that again.
yeah,
Jean
we'll-
by Kirk Westaway.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll get a little background on you, when you came, how you started here in Singapore and
Yeah.
stuff
It's
like
a bit delayed actually. You guys are a bit delayed on my
you'll
side.
feel a bit like maybe 6 to 10 seconds.
Wow.
It's fine.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
So
Yeah.
we just keep our questions slow
Thank you.
and don't move the laptop already. Yeah, so we don't have to see the view anymore.
Sure.
Yeah.
We rather
We're
hear
gonna
you.
go on the radio.
See you
a
and
bit.
hear you.
Angelique's got the view on her screen anyway. so-
There you go.
yeah, we use.
We'll use this view.
Okay, stand by traffic, and we're back on air in 3, 2.
And 91.3 traffic.
So there are the usual delays across the expressways. That's the sort of thing that really shouldn't surprise you too much as you head off this morning, whether you're going to work or, you got a bit of time off. A few areas to look out for: the AYE towards the MCE, a vehicle broken down after Yuan Ching exit. Look out for that. Also on Adam Road towards Lorney, a vehicle broken down after the Farrer flyover, just at the Farrer flyover. Avoid the left lane. Stay within the speed limit, everybody. Make sure you have all your passengers buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our next guest this morning is Chef Kirk Westaway, Executive Chef of Jean by Kirk Westaway. Good morning, Chef.
Hi, good morning, guys. Good to see you.
Good
Nice to have you
morning.
on,
Good to
thanks.
see you as well. In your element at Jean by Kirk Westaway, which is on the 70th level, right? Of the Swiss Hotel,
Absolutely.
the
Yeah,
Stanford.
I'm here in the restaurant.
Okay. Chef, for the benefit of someone who may not know who you are, although you are a huge name here in Singapore, can you tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started, the influences that you had, and what brought you to Singapore?
Sure. Well, I'm from England, southwest of England, a place called Devon, right in the corner, close to Cornwall. It's a really, really green location, lots of rolling hills and many dairy farms and organic fruits and vegetables all spread across the county. And I spent a few years there through catering college before moving up to London, doing 4 years in London, a year in Australia, season in France, season in South America, before finally ending up in Singapore. And that was 10 years ago now.
Wow, that's fantastic. And you didn't obviously land yourself in Jean, right? Where was the first restaurant you worked at when you came to Singapore?
Yes, directly into Jean.
Oh, it was
So I
into
worked
Jean.
there
Okay.
At the end of 2011, joining Julian Royer. We worked here together for a few years before he moved off to open up Odette, and I took over in 2015.
Right.
Wow, 10 years at Jean.
Yeah. At the beginning, it wasn't Jean by Kirk Westaway. It is
Yeah.
no pressure.
It would have been awkward in the beginning.
But it's been good.
You've just got your second Michelin star. Congratulations.
Well done.
We did. Thank you very much.
How
know,
have things? Sorry,
I've always wanted to ask a chef this. You get these Michelin stars. How much pressure does that put on you?
The pressure has increased, but I believe to achieve the star in the first place, the pressure has always been there. The standard have always been there, and we're just being awarded for what we've been doing for the last few years. Now the real journey begins towards the third. That's the next direction. That's the carrot in front of us. So I think it's important to have that direction and a thought of path to move up to the next stage.
Right.
What is your cooking influenced by?
It's, well, as you know, this concept of modern British is pretty unheard of around this area. Outside of the UK, there's not many people that have attempted a fine dining direction into modern British. My whole philosophy was to change people's perceptions and expectations of what they may have heard or experienced in the UK in the past 100 years and try and re-establish the style of food that is available in the UK and what I can create and bring to the table here. A very elegant, very tasty, very product-driven style of menu and style of cuisine.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll speak a little bit more about the chefs that have influenced you along the way when we go back on the Big Show TV. We'll go to some music now.
Meantime, here's you two with Beautiful Day on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3. All right, so you being from the UK, which Premier League team do you support? do you watch football?
Arsenal is a team that I like, but actually Exeter is the team in the southwest of England that I follow.
Yeah.
Okay, Exeter.
Yeah. Hey, Arsenal's doing really well now.
Are they?
Finally.
Yeah.
A great game.
Okay, so chef, what influenced you to become a chef in the first place? I mean, what was the one turning moment for you, the defining moment?
So cooking with my mother was a fantastic time. In my family home, we had a couple of gardens and consistently a wonderful selection of vegetables, fruits and vegetables growing in the garden. Strawberries and cherries, tomatoes, rhubarb and potatoes and apples and pears all year round, depending on the season. I think this was an exciting beginning to life and way to grow up and to experience this and to harvest these vegetables in a small quantity, but to be able to harvest a small amount, make a little meal with my mum and sisters and dad was a great experience and really entered me into the world of cooking and experiencing and enjoying what nature had to offer in the garden.
What about the
So
chefs
my mum was
that
a
have...
big inspiration at the beginning.
At the beginning, right. And along your journey as a professional chef, any other chefs that have inspired you?
Obviously, I'm great friends with Julian Roy from Odette. We worked together in London and also in Singapore. Huge inspiration and really one of my very closest friends. And a combination of people around the world. I think you take inspiration from every location you go, but also seek inspiration from social media is a huge part right now. Books and styles of cooking chefs around the world. I've got plenty of friends that I've worked with and grown up with. But what I believe is very important is to find your own direction. It's great to take a bit of inspiration and ideas from people and colleagues around the world. But when you want to recreate a concept, you need to establish your own identity and direction of how you wish to cook and how you wish to be recognized. And that's what I'm trying or I've achieved here in Jan.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, Chef, I want to ask you the evolution from Jean to Jean by Kirk Westaway. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I requested, as you know, I'm in the Swiss Hotel de Stamford, iconic view over the skyline of Singapore, and in here there's multiple layers of managers and directors, and it's not just an immediate decision. I had to put it to the board of changing the name and also changing the concept from French into modern British, and it wasn't a favoured choice at the beginning, I'm afraid, but I encouraged them, showed my passion for being here, being in this restaurant, and I wanted to really create that level of cohesion between myself and the Jan brand, and putting my name at the end of Jan really established myself here and had a proven track that I wanted to be here for the long run and really make something special out of this restaurant together.
Well, it looks like you can't go anywhere now.
Yeah.
Now that the restaurant has your name on it.
Locked in the tower.
Yeah, you're locked in.
You know, a big thing with restaurants these days is sustainability. How do you bring sustainability to Jean?
I personally hand source every single ingredient we use here, whether it's the herbs or the flowers, the meat or the fish, fruits or the vegetables. I work quite closely with suppliers, some in Singapore. I'm very close with a farmer in the westlands of Singapore, Ting Ting. She does some wonderful fruits and flowers and light leaves that are daily delivered to our kitchen, which is a fantastic collaboration. Also in the hotel, we have an aquaponics garden where we use a fish farm to kind of fertilize some flowers and herbs and leaves as well that we are fortunate enough to use into the more of a garnish stage into the restaurant. And then the rest of the items that I might source from the UK or Europe or Japan, I personally choose my favorite. It's simple. I take a beautiful lamb from 5 different locations. I'll taste and try and do a bit of background history on where the lamb comes from, the lifestyle, the environment, and also sustainability, and make sure that that's the ideal choice for what we're trying to do for the season here. So, and then the same with any other ingredient. Whether it's carrots or lemons, I'll take a selection, choose my favorite, try and do a bit of background research, and from there, that'll be the ingredient we use for the season.
Okay, well, speaking of sustainability and coming from someone who's plant-based, you've seen restaurants like 11 Madison that have gone completely plant-based, and some of the other sort of Michelin-starred restaurants that are offering a lot more meat-free dishes. Is that something that Jean by Kirk Westaway will be working on soon, or do you already have something like that?
I don't think so. I don't think there's a huge demand in Singapore and Asia. I'm personally a huge fan of visiting restaurants and plant-based restaurants and vegetables, and big fan of vegetables as it is. But I think it's a bit of a challenge. If you are surrounded by forests and oceans and lands where you're growing these ingredients and there's abundance on your doorstep, I think it's a great idea to move into that direction. When a percentage of the items I use are imported, and there is a huge demand for those items. For me personally, I'll maintain the style and the standard of the food we're doing, with a selection of vegetarian dishes, but also meat and fish incorporated into the menu. That's my personal preference, but I'm incredibly enthusiastic about the styles of restaurant for 11 Madison Park and their direction. And it takes a lot of guts to move into that style. It's
overnight as well. Yeah.
Overnight, yeah. Good luck to him. Obviously, it's fantastic what he does. We've all seen on social media the style of food and the direction. To be plant-based is tough, and I really take my hat off to him. And congratulations to him and the team for doing a great job.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chef, because I love my meat and fish. So I'll be visiting you soon. Yes, Sean.
Oh, speaking of visiting you soon, I'm gonna bring a date there as well. Any recommendations on how to like impress her? You know, like what can I order to just like show her that I know what I'm talking
your
about.
present part's up to you. If you want me to come to the table, I can to impress her.
Yes, of course.
That'll do it.
Yeah, the name's Sean, by the way.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Just chef to come up to the table.
Or like, what's your favorite dish there that I should order?
What would you recommend? Yeah.
There's I recently actually posted a picture of the beetroot dish, which is it's baked white beetroots. It's very pure, very clean dish, very autumnal. We're rolling into autumn menu with lots of leaves and root vegetables, a real comfort style British food. And there's this white baked beetroot that is one of my favorite dishes on the menu right now. We take white organic beetroots. There it is. Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Okay.
And so we create a salt crust using flour and lots of salt and lots of herbs gathered from our garden downstairs and rosemary and thyme. We'll create this salt crust. We'll wrap the white beetroots encased in this salt crust, bake them for an hour, and the salt and seasoning and the herbs penetrate inside the beetroot. They don't remove any moisture as it bakes, and they stay very fresh, very tasty and clean. When it's cooked after 1 hour, we'll crack open the crust, and inside will be the very lightly steamed and roasted beetroot that we'll slice, roll up with a little burrata cheese and a dressing of caviar sauce along the side. And it's very autumnal, but very pure, very clean at the same time. I think
sounds amazing.
I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm sold.
I'm so hungry.
But you know what? That's a main dish for Angel, but for FD and myself, that's our appetizer.
Not even. That's the amuse-bouche.
We can go back on air and you can ask us. And you can tell us the main dish.
Tell us that dish that you would recommend.
Okay. Stand by.
Katrina and the Waves. Walking on Sunshine right here on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3. We have our guests for this morning. Our second guest is Chef Kirk Westaway, Executive Chef of Jean by Kirk Westaway. Such a pleasure to have you on the show, Chef.
Hi, great to be here.
Not just Jean by Kirk Westaway, 2 Michelin-starred Jean by Kirk Westaway as well. We have to say that. Now, Chef, on the Big Show TV, you were talking to us about this salt-baked white beetroot dish that you've recently posted on your Instagram. Can you describe it to us and tell us how it's made? I mean, it sounds very complicated to us. We'll never do it, but you make it sound so eloquent.
Sure. So it's the beginning of the autumn menu. Really an autumnal feel. So root vegetables. We take beautiful organic white beetroot. We create a pastry dough out of lots of salt, egg whites, flour, and herbs taken from our aquaponics garden downstairs, some rosemary and thyme. We create this dough and encase the entire beetroot in this pastry salted crust. We'll bake it for an hour. Straight after that, we'll crack open the crust, and inside is the very sweet, very roasted beetroot that hasn't lost any moisture. It's been penetrated by the seasoning and the herbs into the flavor of the beetroot. After we've opened the crust, we'll trim it and slice it very thin, roll it up with a little bit of burrata cheese and some fresh horseradish onto the plate with a delicate dressing of caviar sauce. Very
sounds
autumnal, very fresh, and it really just suits the season. Very pure ingredient.
Oh my
Sounds
goodness.
extremely delicate, but I have a question. What does a Michelin-starred chef cook when he's off duty? Say you're at home and you need a comfort dish. I know it doesn't come with like rolling white beetroot in
Every day,
pastry.
yeah.
Every day.
What do you cook? What's your favorite home cooked dish?
I do love to make sourdough at home. I think it's very pleasing to get raw ingredients to begin from a bag of flour and have something very that's perfect for yourself and to share with friends is an ideal off day kind of dish. One of my favorites. And also just a big bowl of vegetables. Personally, I love to grab a Japanese cabbage, roast it in the oven with some thyme and onions, maybe a little bit of bacon for some flavor, and vegetable stock, and that's your dish. It's very, very delicious. Finish off with fresh chives and parsley. It's something that I love. It's a simple, very, very simple, but full of flavor, very nutritious and a delicious snack.
Sounds
Wow, it
fabulous.
does, doesn't it?
Are you plant-based, chef?
No, I'm not.
Yourself.
No, I'm
You're
not.
not,
But
right,
I grew
okay.
up vegetarian
Right.
as a kid, and most of my family are vegetarian.
Oh, right.
And,
Okay.
it's something I personally enjoy a lot. I respect all the ingredients that we use here in the restaurant and around the world, but I personally, at home, it's pretty rare we have meat in the fridge. Just a lot of English cheese and butter and a few fruits and vegetables.
Oh, nice.
That's
okay.
nice. Hey, chef, for anyone who's visiting Jean for the very first time and they would like to order a nice meaty dish, what would you recommend?
Glenn's just trying to balance it. here.
Glenn's trying to figure out what he's going to order when he goes there.
Actually, we have a very popular bit of Wagyu beef is very popular. It's kind of standard, but it's quite nice the way we do it. We age it for a couple of days and we season it to the T. So it's seasoned 6 grams of salt per kilo of meat, and then we'll seal it and braise it for 36 hours. After that, we'll barbecue it, and it's really incorporating a world of flavor that goes into the beef. It's been a melt in the mouth popular piece for a long time. The pigeons on the menu, which actually I just posted a picture of as well, is extremely popular. We bake it on the crown, which is quite nice, rather than removing it and searing all the breast separately. We bake it on the crown, served with onion crust and lemon caramel and artichokes. I think it's quite a nice autumnal dish as well. So these are popular. The pigeon's very, very popular and quite unique to us.
Okay, I don't think I've... Oh, yeah, I have tried pigeon. The last time
You
I tried
have
pigeon
I've never tried pigeon.
was at Harrods. I was at Harrods
Oh,
years
right,
ago.
Nice.
I had it
Oh,
there.
very, very posh.
Very possibly, yes.
What about the fish dishes?
Fish. Actually, right now, I've got an incredible lobster. So we get the lobsters directly from Scotland when they come in fresh 3 times a week. And the lobsters, they don't particularly love to travel. They're not huge fans of air flight. But
They swim.
these guys, I've got a team of ladies in Singapore that have a big water tank that they've got some purified seawater in. They'll bring the lobsters from Scotland, drop them in their tank for a few days just to refresh and rejuvenize, and then they'll pass them over to me. So they come in extremely fresh and alive and bouncing before the end. But that's a very popular dish. And that's,
The
we
poor
blanch
guys,
them
man.
and
They
roast
travel, they think they're going to
butter.
survive it, then they don't, and then they go back in water.
Sebastian.
They're okay. They're happy. They're happy
Yeah.
lobsters, happy Scottish lobsters. And then we serve that with some amazing cabbage. Actually, so there's a lot of fresh vegetables on the menu, and following the autumnal feel, these roasted autumn leaves of cabbage. We take the claws, mix it up, and make kind of, if you can imagine, a lasagna made of the roasted cabbage leaves and the lobster claws and this dressing and black truffle and then the Scottish lobster on the plate with some brown butter, warm hollandaise mayonnaise on the side as well. It's very impressive.
Oh my
That's
God,
it. The big show is coming for dinner one of these days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Tables of two, I'm afraid.
Table for 2 and 2. 2 plus 2.
Yeah.
2 Michelin starred Jean by Kirk Westaway. You guys should definitely make a reservation very, very soon, especially if
you
you've not
can get
been
one.
there. Yeah, if you can get one. Well, try, right?
Yes.
That's the least you can do, to savor the best. Thank you so much, Chef, for being with us this morning.
Pleasure, guys. Thank you very much for inviting me, and have a great rest of your week.
All right.
Thanks, Chef Kirk.
We'll see you
care.
soon.
Bye. Take care. Just stay
Thanks
safe.
very much. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Cheers. And that was Chef Kirk Westaway, executive chef of 2 Michelin star Jean by Kirk Westaway. Coming up next, Johan Lee performing exclusively live on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's John Farnham, You're the Voice, on 1FM 91.3. That was brilliant.
Thanks,
Stop there,
Chef.
Chef.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks very much.
Sean is going to slide into your DM and,
Oh, for sure.
ask you more
Good.
questions.
For shizzle.
Okay, guys. Thanks very much for this morning. Great
Thanks.
to see
Have a great day.
Take care.
Good seeing
Thanks.
you.
you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Oh my God, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, boy. I heard he said beetroot and my stomach growled, no? That's how,
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a first.
yeah, that's the first. No?
And
That's
he
how
said
hungry.
roasted cabbage, and you were like, oh.
Yeah, I can deal with cabbage right now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to eat everything.
That
Everything.
lobster sounded so good.
I've
That
never
lobster
had
did
white
sound
beetroot, man.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
It's always the pink beetroot,
Hello, Johan.
right?
But that
Good morning,
sounds,
Johan.
sounds
She looks
delicious with the
confused.
burrata and everything.
Yeah.
That
Nee,
really is-
And the
beetroot.
caviar.
White beetroot, bro.
Oh, no, the way.
Oh, not the purple one.
No, it's like
this
we've
is-
never
Yeah,
tried
it's
white
different.
beetroot. Just like
ba-
asparagus, right? White asparagus is amazing, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, of
White
course, it's
asparagus
Jean
is
by Kirk
crazy.
Westaway. He's not going to give you the whole bulb.
Right.
he puts like a caviar on top and burrata inside, and they cook it for like 48 hours or something.
You know who he looks like?
Who?
Sean Gunn,
Sean Gunn. Who is Sean
that
Gunn?
actor from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Sean Gunn.
Who is Sean
Yeah.
Gunn?
There you have to pick not the lead, no? You have to pick
Not the lead.
The
I
side
know who he's
characters.
talking about.
The blue one.
No, so
As
he's
in the villain.
So the blue guy with the mohawk.
Right.
Really?
Right?
No,
Yeah.
No,
really?
not the blue guy. The mohawk.
Not a blue guy.
Let me see again. Let me see. No, he's got a photo there.
All
Let
people,
me see.
Johan.
Johan? Where?
He's the blue guy, the mohawk's friend. So bad. lah.
No, Kirk Westaway is
lah.
much better
That's
looking.
why
than
lah.
you.
You cannot go to that place already lah. You cannot go to Jan.
Now
already.
you're banned from Jean.
It's okay.
All right.
You're not allowed to
Sean
go.
Gunn.
Sean Gunn.
Okay,
Hilarious.
what are we on Facebook, right?
Yes, we sing songs now.
All right.
All
I think we
right.
got time for one or two.
Okay,
two lah, two
Ken.
lah.
I'll do
oh.
one. I'll do
If
one.
anybody has a song request, you can drop it in our Facebook chat.
Yeah, you can.
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn.
How's everybody doing?
We're okay.
Everybody's good.
I'm so sleepy. I got up at 4 to watch the match.
Not bad, huh? I mean, I was watching the match here in the studio the last 10 minutes, and it was nice.
We got lucky. We got lucky.
Actually, you know what? It wasn't luck, lah. When it comes to Ronaldo, it's no longer luck. You know,
when it
I
comes
think,
to Ole, it's
I-
luck.
When I think
Yeah.
when we think luck, I think we're lucky to have Ronaldo. That's the that's the lucky part. This guy is like, oh my god, he's amazing.
That's true.
He's amazing.
All right, what have you got, Johan?
All right, let's do this one. Something by Miss Don McLean.
Oh, American Pie.
Some
That's
pie.
right.
More food.
Nice.
Yo, so hungry already. You're talking about food now.
Me too, right? I know. Okay, let's do this one. There you go. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. Can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And the good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, saying this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and did you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, you believe in rock and roll, can you save your soul? Can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. We both kicked off your shoes. Man, I take those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage rock and roll with a pink carnation with a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of love the day the music died. I started singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And the good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this will be the day that I die. And this will be the day that I die. Yeehaw!
Wow. Man, that takes me back to school.
Yeehaw?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw? It's like yeehaw.
Have you heard the Star Wars version of this song?
Star Wars version? No.
What are you talking about? What?
My, this here Anakin guy, maybe Vader someday later, but now he's a small fry. He left his
Nice
home,
one.
kiss his mommy goodbye, saying someday I'm gonna be a Jedi.
You wrote that?
You
No
actually
lah.
sounded really good singing that, actually.
It's an actual
That's
song.
quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I'm a country singer maybe.
Maybe you should play, the guitar and let Sean sing that bit.
You didn't just make that up?
No, I didn't. I wish I did, but no.
Play it.
I can't lie, I can't follow.
You can
You just did.
Try.
When you come in, yeah, I forgot.
1, 2, 3.
This your Anakin guy. Maybe Vader someday later, but now he's a small fry. He left his home, kissed his mommy goodbye, singing someday I'm gonna be a Jedi.
There you go. Yay!
I'm a country singer, country singer.
You're a country singer, yeah. Now you have to line dance.
That's why. Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay.
Lion dance?
Lion
dance.
Okay, come on. Next, a song from Dua Lipa. Come on.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
What
Dua
Dua
Lipa
Lipa?
and Elton John.
Yes,
There you
Cold
go.
Heart.
Oh,
Cold Heart.
that new one. Haven't learned yet lah. Sorry.
You know any of her songs?
I have one.
Oh, you
Which
do?
one?
What's it called again? Her old one.
I don't give her that one.
Never gonna give
IDA.
Never gonna give you up.
That's
That's not
very
her.
Gasly.
That's not her. That's for Gasly.
new rules.
On your rules.
You-
10,
Yeah.
1.
I'm not a big fan of Dua Lipa though.
What
No?
9 to 5. That
Oh,
one.
Dua Lipa's good.
No, he's a Dua Lipa, not
Oh.
Dolly Parton.
Dua Lipa's good.
Oh, yeah, anyway, 9 o'clock already. Bye.
Oh dear.
Is it time? Is it time? Is it really
It's
9?
It is
o'clock already.
9,
Oh,
yeah.
already.
Okay.
Well, anyways, FD, good luck for tonight.
What time?
Liverpool.
Atletico.
Oh, Atletico.
You know,
You don't
What does that
need
mean?
it?
Wait. I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. Is it?
when it comes to games like this, when it comes to majority of Liverpool games, I will talk about it. I will read about it. I will never watch it.
Oh,
He has never. No, actually, even when Liverpool were the pits, right? This guy never watched Liverpool.
How are you a
play.
Because
Liverpool fan then?
every time
fine.
I watch, they lose.
Oh.
you're not that powerful, FD.
No, but
Really,
it's like to me,
This
it's like
happens.
karma. You know,
Oh,
I
really?
cannot.
Yep.
Karma, why?
I don't know. I just bring something to Liverpool that no Liverpool fan wants.
Wow. Please,
I don't know what it is.
I encourage you to watch all the matches then.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
The power of FD.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I support the team. I love the team, but no.
No.
If it was like an FA Cup final, yeah, I'd watch it. But,
And they'll lose.
yeah, a European Cup final, I'd watch it, but not otherwise.
See, this is why being superstitious is so bad.
Yeah.
Because it really affects everything.
Yeah, and it just it just ruins your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a certain degree,
completely.
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you end
It
up
does.
being so superstitious, Evri? I don't understand.
I just got old. It came with age.
No.
Take superstition and throw it out of your life.
Chuck it. Chuck it.
Yes.
Over your left shoulder, remember.
And under
Yeah, but it's got to be over the left shoulder, right?
And hold a rabbit's foot at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
While
yeah,
an
yeah.
umbrella is open in the house.
Okay, got it.
standing
I
on a
give
broken
up.
mirror.
You might as well just do it all and then just like get
Then
rid
see
of
how,
everything.
yeah.
Break a mirror at the same time.
Hey, Angel.
After shift, I'm gonna walk under a ladder.
Yes.
I heard
Johan.
you got the big C.
It's no, not the big C. I got the small C. It's COVID. The big C is something else. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
that's right. You-
Holy cow. What? No. I got COVID-19. Yes, I do. Oh, by the way, I just did my ART. I'm clear.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yay.
yay!
This kind of thing you don't say early.
Oh.
Walking back to happiness.
Yay.
So what? Holiday? It's Friday?
Sorry.
How long was it? Since Friday, was it?
Yeah.
Since
Friday.
last week, last Tuesday, I was
about a
feeling
week
ill.
lah.
Yeah, but you only
Oh.
ART positive on Friday, right?
Saturday.
Saturday. See,
Saturday.
so
About
Saturday
4
and
days.
today is that's great.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That's
the
great.
Yeah.
people who are still like
Long haul.
positive after like 8 days, 10 days.
Yeah.
But I still can't smell and taste.
Must be all the cycling you're doing.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I can't smell and taste. But although I smelled a little hint of garlic last night, so
There
that
you
was
see,
good.
okay lah. So it's coming back
And you
already.
smell, I think you eat more with your nose than your mouth, right? Than your
Yeah.
tongue, because you smell more. with
Actually,
the
you know what?
flavors.
Whatever you're eating today, stuff a little bit up your nostril.
No. Beetroot.
You know that
Get
nasi
the
lemak
Vicks
you're gonna
inhaler.
buy? Take a spoonful, put it up in
Sambal,
there.
right?
Snort it all.
I just snort my food from now on.
So were you on meds or just
No
Panadol?
medication. Just Panadols for
And broccoli.
feverish, but no temperature.
Yeah, because really there are no meds.
There is otherwise,
nothing.
there's no
Okay.
cure, right?
Really, we can sign off right now and then continue to
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, okay. People are
Randomly
listening
Like,
to us talk
all right,
nonsense.
share
Okay,
the
goodbye,
video.
bye.
Woohoo.